Up everybody, I am Keith, the community manager here at HB Studios, and I'm going to do some designing here. I haven't been on a little bit. I was under the weather last Wednesday, so sorry about that. I didn't get a chance to do a stream. Let me just pull up here. Okay. Get things all set up. Alright, so I'm going to go back here. Started working on a rustic course. That's where we don't have yet. I don't know, probably build a clubhouse in here somewhere or something. I don't really know yet. Maybe somewhere in here overlooking the water might be a nice little spot. We'll have to see. I'm going to see where we kind of come out here. I've got 4 holes built. Here's the edge of the map is here, so we got 4 holes built. We'll probably build around, I don't know, wherever it looks like it'll fit in here. Maybe somewhere back in here. Maybe we can get 9 to come back over here, and then I don't know, not sure where we'll take the back 9, but I'll get that figured out. Maybe we could end up going out here at 10, taking 11 and 12, and then out this way. Bring 18 back in here somewhere. Whatever the land says, that's where I'll build it. But, you know, if we do, we'll try and have 18 coming in. Well, it could be a spot right there. Have 18 coming along the water. Backup clubhouse could be in here somewhere. Oops, could have something. What do we want for this clubhouse? I don't know. Maybe you could. Hey, Colin, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what to do with this one just yet, but something like that. Clubhouse could be in here somewhere, so who knows, maybe 18 could come in. Not sure. That's just a placeholder for now. We'll figure it out depending on what the land says. We'll make our way around the back 9 and maybe try and finish up in that direction. And there can be our clubhouse. Maybe get rid of some of these trees and have a play along the water of some sort. I don't know. But anyway, so that's what I've got so far. Par 5 to start. You can really, if you can work it around, you might be able to get down that slope, and then down at the bottom of the slope leaves you 220, 230 in there. It's tough to get there. I've been testing it a bunch of times, and I keep getting in that 260 range or so, kind of right here at the bottom. So it's not quite reachable, but with a right to left wind, you might be able to swing it around those trees and get it down that slope, and then you might have a chance to get there. Plays back, there's a little collection area back here behind the flag. The chance of getting to the water is never going to happen. You just can't hit it that far. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, so anyway, so kind of plays up into there. Your third shot, a little bit long. If you don't get there, you might have a pitch in or something. You could end up going a little bit long, and it'll drop down in there. Let's see. Let's see our settings here. Greens are kind of right there in the middle. So, medium. Fairways, very soft. So very soft fairways. You're not going to get a ton of roll out of it. Green speed. I think I'm in the 160 something range. Where green speed. So let's see, somewhere in there. I'll play it through. Give you a quick look, and then I can play through what I have so far. Number 2, little par 3 over the water. It's only playing about 140 or so, so not too bad. A couple of bunkers there in the front. A little bit of danger there. If the wind's blowing, you might get over there, but plenty of room to land it in here, so it's not too bad. And then takes you around to number 3. Is it's not the. Hey Antonio, how's it going? Number 3 is an uphill par 4. You could just get a glimpse of the bunkers out in the distance out there, but very tight driving. But the funny part is actually a little secret. Your tee ball actually goes right under that tree, so it actually looks a million times worse when you look at that and say, oh man, there's nowhere to go. But you can work it around if you want, but actually the tee shot, the ball actually stays like right under the branches. No, it wasn't a very good tee shot. So that tree looks a lot worse unless you're hitting 3-wood, but that's your approach in. So it's a really short par 4. So not too bad. Should be a. Kyle says he likes rustic. Yeah, I like it too. It's pretty cool. Tough little pin position there, but it's definitely doable. Not on that putt. But it's got a little bit of slope to it. So that is number 3. Number 4, I haven't done anything except put the piece of land down. So anyway, so that's it. So you got par 5. Like I said, you really gotta. This will play interesting with the wind. If you've got a right to left wind is ideal. You could really work it around the corner hard. If not, it'll be a 3-shotter for sure. You got 2, 3 goes up the hill, and then 4 is going to be here. 4 is going to play down this way, and then make the turn through and out to the green out here. You could always do the fun little fence in the back here or something. So that is what that's what I'm looking at right now. I can get in here and oh, that's not what I want. Yeah. Let's bring it down a little bit. So again, this actually plays a little bit uphill from the tee box. Let's see. Oh, from the tee it's actually down, but you'll play downhill on the tee and then it goes back up again. So you'll be somewhere in this 260, 270 range here. You can actually put a happy little fence. It seems to be the popular route there. Yeah, what do we want? That's good. I think if we take those 2 out, I think that can work. And it could work quite nicely. Lay up and through. Flatten out some of this. Definitely gonna have to flatten this area out over here. Yeah, taking some shape. There now. Let's get in here. Let's just take all of this. Take this stuff out here. There we go. What's up, Burton? Just working on a rustic course here. These trees are kind of annoying, to be honest. Every time I try and look, I like to do that. Just kind of get down and take in the view, see what it's kind of looking at, and with those trees it keeps it gets in the way every time, so let's get rid of them. So I like to kind of come down and take a look, sort of envision what the hole's going to be at the moment. Obviously, dog-leg left, but where do we want to put? Do we want to put a bunker on the inside, maybe? It could be good. Put something right. Do something a little... Oh, that's not what I want. Hit the button by mistake. There we go. Could put something in here. Double up on her. Picking up some of these little arms here. Yeah, now 260, 270, that's not too bad. Let's see. Bird says, sorry about your tree. Congrats on Tarantula being part of TGC Tours. Yeah, thanks. That's going to be, I think, next week on the PGA, so it's always exciting. Alright, so let's give this tee shot a hit here and see where we land. That's what I'm most curious about. Where is it going to land? Alright, that's actually quite good. You get a big downwind, and then you can take it out past there. That's just for fun. Let's just hit the approach anyway. Nice. Oh, I don't think it needs any improvements. Here we go. Publish. Publish this puppy. Woo! Oh, right over the hole. Hit it too hard. It was a 7-inch downhill. Alright, so. Alright, getting there. It's not the longest of holes, though. 393. It's fairly short because. Well, I could bring the tee box back a little bit, actually. Maybe we could do that. Let's bring the tee box back just a touch. Oh, let's pick up the cart path. There we go. And move it back. It was what, 393, so that's another 32 yards there. We don't want to go back too far, just because. Let's do this. Let's get in here. Let's flatten this area. And once again, let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of these. Yeah, now we can see what we're doing. No, that's not going to work. Have to lower this down. Have to rework the cart path. Well, not necessarily. Just want to make sure I'm not catching. I don't want to catch that other area over there. I want to catch this over here because that's been flattened. So there you go. All right, that could work. Actually, I don't really need to rework the cart path. We'll put another tee box right up here, so get to the back tees, you got to walk back a little bit. All right, so let's do this. Let's play from here now and see. Now that I put that bunker, not that I can't move it, but this will make it a little bit longer hole. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Still keeps the bunker fully in play. And now if you're downwind, you're not going to clear that bunker. It's going to bring the entire bunker into play. So I like that. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll get rid of that. I use fairway for all of my tee boxes. I've been kind of going with the rectangle route here. This would actually be good because now if we go here, if I do want to make multiple pin type things, I could bring the tee box back a little bit. Could always move it up a little. Now we'll get another fairway. We'll do another set because I think I have at least 3 tee boxes on this, so we'll do another one here. That's good. Let's see, I kind of forget. What have I been doing here? Oh, you know what? I never actually finished this. Oops. I gotta go back and do that too. Let's go back here. So we've got a green, white, and red. So I've been doing three tee boxes. So now let's go back here. Let's go back here. Do my favorite little. And we'll put it down. Put it down by the cart path down here. Shoot, you know what? I forget. Try and keep them consistent. What did I use? Yeah. Make sure we're using the same ball washer. I'll leave it that way because you'll probably be on the cart path there and come off, wash the ball. Alright, now let's get our, what did I say, green, white, and red. We'll get our white tee boxes in there. Get our reds in there as well. Do the same here. This needs to be flattened, but that's alright. Can do that after. Alright, so this time we're going to put these over here. Why not? Do something different. I like to go with the water on on all the even holes across the front. Actually across the back too. Usually I do 12, 14, and 16. That's kind of the way my club does it. So I've always just kind of followed that. Alright, so oops, let's get in here. We'll flatten this bad boy up. Raise it up a little bit. Same here. Raise it up a little bit. Now let's check it out. That's not too bad. I don't know. Should I leave that grass in there? Not sure if I should or not. Actually, you know what I'll do is I will do this though. Touch it right in here. I'm actually going to cut out that first little bit. That's better. You can see a little bit sticking up. Alright, that works. Not going to bother with the rest of this. Take this out. That can stay. And now, I save quite often. Usually after everything I do, if I do a tee boxes, save. Lay down some fairway, save. That's the way I've always done it. Never had an issue. Alright, so make sure you can see that bunker out there, so that's good. We'll figure out, might have to smooth out some of this here for our cart path. Definitely gonna have to smooth out this. I like, these are my two that I use. I like these two quite a bit. These two right here. Those are some of my favorites for the brushes. We'll come in here. Oh, I gotta be careful. I don't want to raise that too much, because we do not want to cover up our bunker there. Alright, that works. For over here, we're gonna need to raise that up just a bit. Keep it a little more gradual, that way we can run our cart path sort of in there. Extremely hard to make the cart path look perfectly smooth, but anything you can do to help out a little bit. Maybe we'll run our cart path through here, through the woods, around the bunker there. That could work out nice. Alright, so that'd be really narrow. I'm going to come in here and just flatten that out just a little bit. That's pretty good. That'll create us some room there for let's just get this in here. Oh, did I change that? Yeah, I did. Changed it to raised. No wonder why I didn't do anything. There we go. Okay. That's pretty good in there. Some of that. I don't like that. Get rid of some of that stuff there. There we go. Alright, so taking shape. I think that one bunker will do. So obvious, pretty obvious. We'll have fairway coming in here, making the turn, and then it's just a matter of what do we do with this up in here. Alright, well, let's go here to our green. What should we go with? If we put a little, you get some more farther back in there. I like to put a little bit of fairway around and then beef out the rough a little bit around it. Okay. And I always, usually after I lay stuff down, just kind of take a look. It could work pretty good. Obviously, get rid of that. But that'll make it quite interesting. I might have to slope that just a little bit, but Pointed Marl, hey Keith, just start viewing. Is there a theme for this session, or are you just building? No, theme is just, I'm building in the rustic theme, but in terms of for this stream, no, just building my course, working on a new rustic course. I'll give you a look in a second. But yeah, just kind of building out some holes. Figured hadn't been on in a while. I was out a little under the weather last Wednesday, so I didn't get to do one of the official streams. So I thought I'd jump on and Do a little more. Alright, so we need something here to round out this green. Trying to envision bunkering. I'm thinking of, alright, let's do this. So I'm thinking bunker in that right section there. But first, how do we want? How do we want this to come around? I could bump out that front section a little bit, like that. Add a little bit of fairway in there, or then add some light rough in there. And then like to get, I want to get a little bit of a bump in there. Let's see, what if we round it off with that, like so. Some fairway in there. How's that? It's not too bad. Thinking a bunker up in here. Maybe a second one back in there. Let's get rid of this stuff. I know the bunkers overwrite stuff, but I like to just get rid of it so I can sort of visualize what I want here. I don't want any of this stuff in here. Which way's the sun going here? Let's get rid of... I like to, if possible, keep my... Let's get rid of that for now. I think that's... those shadows are fine, but... you can always add in a tree or two back, but I like to try and keep my bunkers in the sun so that they're nice and visible. Alright, so... let's do this. Let's flatten this out a little bit. And creates a little bit of a plateau up there. Now we can get... oh, that's another one. Darn it. Now we can create a couple of bunkers. What should we go with? Maybe something. I was thinking maybe a couple of bunkers. One there, and could squeeze that. That kind of works in nice right into that little spot. Now, if we set the pin, where do we want to? You know what? I've actually had. Let's go back and look. Pins on the left there. Pins on the right. Pins on the right. All right. We don't want to get too many tucked right hand pins every single time, so maybe we can put another bunker in here. Let's go with this guy. This guy right there. Whoa, funky. That's weird. Why I did that. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can work some of that out. I don't know why I did that shape. It's interesting. Strange. Strange days indeed. Okay. things catch my eye. That's usually what I'll end up doing, is this whole back of this. That back part is all, there you go. Let's see actually what naturally happened with the green there. That's alright. Could make a, if I were to do multiple pins, I could go here and do something like this, which would make it quite interesting. Let me boost that up just a bit. You could do something like that. Let's go one more. This time I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. Sort of create a little more of a, there you go. A little more of a shelf back there. That could be a really interesting pin placement. If you want to do that. But this pin, like I said, I don't want to get too many pins going on the same side every time, so we could go somewhere in there. Where is this fairway here? So you're probably going to be 270 off the tee, somewhere in here. So if that's your approach line coming in, we could do something else in the green as well, sort of make a little extra little tier in there. Let's do that. There. Now, we'll give that a play and see what that happens, but I'm thinking maybe I want to move that pin a little bit away from that yellow slope. I have to play it though and see, because you don't want to find out that you got to hit a putt and then it runs for like 8 hours away. So let's do that. It's down 5, so let's just miss it on purpose and see what happens. Gotta make sure you can get it close. That's not really a bad putt right there, and that runs out quite a bit. I might have to, let's try one more. Now let's try and make it and see what happens. That would probably be my putt in normal. It's not bad. It's not bad, actually. I mean, you gotta just be careful. You can't just hammer it at the hole. So, I mean, that wasn't bad. It only went, what, 2-3 feet past the hole, so that wasn't too bad. We'll revisit that. We'll revisit it, maybe. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We'll come up here to raise, and we'll just bump this ever so slightly here. Let's take out just a little bit of that weight. So now if you were to putt here, it's a little flatter around the hole. So you should definitely be able to stop it. I mean, if you hammer it, well, it's not much we can do about that. Not much you can do about that. Coming this way. Well, let's try it. Oh, Fusion, what's happening, buddy? Yeah, I figured I'd jump on and do a little designing. I haven't been on in a little while. So let's see how that... Oh, wow. Down a foot. Yikes. That's a tough putt right there. Well, let's see what happens. That's not bad. Alright. I mean, I stopped it within 4 feet. That's not too bad. Alright, so that wasn't the worst in the world. Kind of tricky. The whole green slopes back towards the front, but I don't know, we'll give it a couple more plays after the fact. So let's go here. So I'll usually go out and usually try and start my fairways in the 200 range, just because if you had a super strong wind, in your face, you'd be able to reach the fairway. And I'm trying to keep my fairways in the 20 range, 20 to 25 range. Let's go up a little bit, just out of curiosity. That's probably that might be a little too small. We might have to boost that out a little bit. Oh, that's actually pretty good, 23. Okay, let's go with it. Let's go with it. So now I can just measure this up off of here. It's roughly the same size. And we'll bring this in here because we want to. I might have to bump out that hill a little bit, but flatten it out a little bit. Let's see. Alright, the first couple of holes I put I usually don't do that, but I have the bunker in the light rough in the first couple of holes, so it's not the look that I really like. I much prefer doing it that way, even though I would keep it a little farther out there, but I guess I'm going to go with it and keep it going the same way. So let's do this. I'm not going to just create the entire thing. I'm going to make some light rough around here. That's alright. Can lose that tree. At the end of the world there. Yeah, that's kind of silly to have that heavy rough in there. Guess we'll just get rid of that. Get rid of that whole section. But that could work. Oh, actually, need a little more here. That could work. Let's nip off a little more of that. There we go. Alright. There we go. Fuse is doing more designing. 200 yards, not making it very easy to do this 7-iron challenge. Nope. This course is not built for the 7-iron challenge. Look at it. There's a straight one. Could actually fill this in with this. I might have to make a small adjustment with that one. Yeah, that's not too bad. Could cut. We want to cut the fairway in there a little more? Or do we want to leave it? I don't know. well, that needs to. As I see things, I kind of work on them. So obviously, I had a feeling this would be the case. So we need to. It's gonna need to get in here and sort this hill down a little more. That's a little better. I don't know. Not sure if I could. I think I'd rather leave. Just leave that as light rough. Make it a little tougher. Where is that? That's 290. I'm probably not going to get to that anyway, really. I don't know if I should cut the fairway in like that and then back out again. Let's do this first. And we'll take a look. Just to get a rough idea. I don't know. Yes? No? What do you think? I guess it's alright. I guess it's alright. Probably not going to come into play anyway. I mean, let's see. Yeah, we'll save it. What the heck. We'll go with it. But let's take a look here now. Like I said, I just got big downwind. May not even come into play. Yeah, it's close, but that's okay. Maybe a little more room. So let's see. Now you got. Alright, so just looking at that. When I look at that, I'm going to want to fix this up a little bit. Take this hill down a little bit on either side. Maybe bump up the back side of it so you can see those. You can see those bunkers. Let's see how that looks coming in. Oop, too much. Alright, that'll actually work out fine though, because now we can see what a putt like this is going to be like. Down 8. Does it stop? Yeah, it stops. That's fine. Yeah, perfect. That's good. It's even from back up there. I think it'll stop nice there. So I think we got our green down. And like I said, we could throw in some. Well, actually, we're not fully complete, but it gives us multiple options. You could put a pin down in here. Just make sure. Do we have 4 spots? You could probably get something down in here too, a little lower down. But let's do this. This is how I like to make. I usually take my breaks. I'll take that and just kind of bump up a little bit. Bump up in there, so that way when we could have put a pin up there, it's not perfectly flat. Got a little bit of movement in there. Okay, so gotta say, let's do this. I'm gonna pull that off down there. Pull this a little lower. We haven't sculpted the bunkers yet, but now, where was I? Somewhere right in there. There you go. Now you got a better view. Plus, we can do this as well. Just gotta be careful. I don't want to catch the green and start changing the green surface here. So let's. I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye on the green there, make sure I'm not changing the surface of the green itself. I don't think I caught any of the green there, so yeah. It would definitely have raised up quite a bit, so now be ideal. I don't know if, because of the uphill, I don't think I'm going to get it to there, but yeah, it'd be nice to get this one a little more visible. But that's, well, maybe we can do it. Maybe we can keep playing. Let's keep playing. Just gonna make sure we're not hitting the green. Keep working that. Try not to catch the green if at all possible. Alright, let's see what. This is where I like to get rid of what tree? Is it this guy here? Nope. Alright, so we're gonna come in and clear cut. There we go. Alright, we can always add back in later, but to get rid of that, even this, let's take a look. That's fine. You still get a view of most of the bunker, so that's okay. We just want to work this over here. Just want to work this over here so we can see if at all possible. Let's get in here now. Maybe we could do this. Yeah. Alright. It's not bad. Alright, so I go up into with that little one there. And just kind of run it through. Lower this down a little bit. Try and get that. I don't want to make it a huge, deep, giant bunker. But I think this section could come down a little bit. And sometimes if you even just leaving it at 0, you don't think that's going to do anything, but it actually will lower it down. Just trying to catch some more of that. Alright. Can raise that front edge a little more. This one's a little tricky. They definitely get tricky when you're on the hills like this, so try and just get in there and work it out a little bit. Kind of a tough bunker. It's it's just like a big pancake. But all right, so I got a little bit of depth in there. All right, so let's keep. We'll go here for now. I'm just holding down the A button and kind of sliding it through the bunker, trying to catch all of our bunker here. Can do that and then get a little assessment and see what needs work there after we do that. I'd say maybe just this. See a little section in here. There you go. That could work. That could work nice. Alright, so let's continue. Let's continue with our fairway. Really like this brush a lot. Try to keep our fairway roughly in the same, but we can now turn it this way and bring the fairway most of the way up there. Alright. And finish it off. Probably turn it back. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Maybe we'll go to a different brush here. And so I want to bring in the fairway, but I want to cut it around this bunker like that, so I'll do that. And just use the same. Use the same. And now it's just a matter of tying them in together. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That got it a little wider than I wanted there. Let's come down a little bit. Sometimes you look at a brush from the wrong angle there and it's not exactly what you wanted. And let's go back up here. Let's clean this up a little bit. Try and create that angle just a little bit better. I also want to get in here too because I've been keeping the bunkers in the light rough, so let's try and keep that consistent. Actually, no, we'll just continue on up with that. Better off trying to get right above it, because sometimes when you think it's in a good spot, it actually isn't. So let's just clip that a little more. Alright, so we're keeping our bunkers consistent. We'll keep them in the light rough. It's usually not what I do. I don't know, it just doesn't look, it never really looks right to me, but I'm going to go with it. I want to keep it consistent. Keep it going that way. I'm going to put more of the heavy rough in here. Cut back on some of these grasses here. Same thing over the back. cut out some of that. Now we'll make this all, make a lot more heavy rough back in here. So let's go up there. Alright, so it's not too bad. I'm going to clip in some heavy rough in here so it's not alright. You can leave it either way, I guess. You could leave the natural color, but I'm going to go with making it a little bit lusher on the heavy rough side here. Just gotta watch, you don't want to clip the auto-generated stuff because it will overwrite that stuff. So if you want to keep trees, don't put rough on it. That, I think I'm gonna leave that. I'll leave that natural. Alright, so that's not too bad. Now I can go back in and let's do this. I don't want to leave it too wide open up there, but we're going to come in and put trees on this side because our shadows are going the other way. So let's just add in a bunch of trees in here. Throw on an elm. Gotta love the elms. Can even put one. Take a look at our angles there. That's pretty decent. Could kind of put a couple of sentinels there in the back. 2 elms. Let's mix it up. We'll do a different. Go with a different elm tree. Alright, so you got a little shaping, a little framing of the hole back there. So you gotta be careful about adding in. So that's why it's kind of open here, but I don't want to add in a tree because then that's what's going to happen there. Yeah, not too many. Got to be careful because I'm trying to keep everything in the sun. So what you can do if you wanted to, except we could go to bushes and just throw a bunch of bushes in here. Kind of choose some different stuff. Mix it up a little bit. I like this bush especially. I like to throw in. I don't know why, but in my mind it just seems like this could be a flowering bush. So whenever I put one of these in, I start thinking what kind of flowers can I put in that on that little bush right there. There we go. And get some more things, but I can hide them in there. Oops. This is completely up to however you want to do it. Can do that. Now we could throw in. Oops. Hide a rock in there. Love me some big rocks. Get something in there. There you go. Now, we'll get the grasses in here. Let's do something a little different. Get some grass going in there, and I'm going to go to the global plants, like I said. I'm going to go with something like this. Let's see if this looks... I like to mix up, I like to hide these flowers in here. So to me, this is going to be a little yellow flowering bush for some reason. I don't know. Why not? Get a little bit of it. And then if you're over here putting, there you go. Adds a little color in there. The other ones, I like some of these. You could throw these in here. Mix those in. Nope, don't like it. Let's do just a couple here and there. How about that? Instead of ripping them through. Get some whites. That's up to you. Sometimes I'll sometimes do all of these types of flowers in these bushes. Like that type of stuff. It's up to you. I kind of like to hide them in the bushes, make them almost look like they're sort of flowering. I don't know. Maybe we'll go a little more on the minimal side there. Alright, so the other thing too is that you gotta watch where you're putting stuff, because now if I sit here, obviously there's a draw distance that's gonna be, so you know, to do a huge thing over here, I mean, would you ever see it? It's kind of a waste of resources. Or even down in here somewhere, I'm not really gonna see that from the tee box. Yeah, you see it from the flyover, but I mean, to be honest, putting all sorts of flowers and things right in here, never gonna see it. So I'm gonna end up leaving that. So you gotta plant things in your landing areas on your approaches. So when you're sitting here in the fairway now, you can see all this. So that's good. I could add in a few things, a few of the bushes here and there to cover up. It's up to you. Do you want to cover up some of these trees with some plants and things? It's up to you. Depends. I mean, there are trees that just grow right out in the grass. It's up to you. Could do something like that. We'll actually see that. There you go. I still feel like something's missing over here. Maybe another rock. Maybe just a rock in here just to sitting in the sun. There you go. Just feels like it's a little more than just the grass there. Maybe you need something. You got to look at that too on your different putting angles. You want to have a few things, some visuals while you're putting. So it's not just all Bare ground, but can do something there. And maybe we'll let's click a little more grass in here. There. That way if you're putting up there, it doesn't look like a barren section. Okay. Now the question is, do we put a fence? Do we put the happy fence? Do we put it back along here? Or do we leave it as is? Walls, let's see. Let's see, we'll do a test. Let's just do a little testing there. Not bad, not bad. Oh, what do you guys think? Do you think fence good? Fence bad? Fence indifferent? Let's see, so you're going to be somewhere in this range here. It's not bad. Obviously you fix it up. Alright, let's keep going. Let's go with it. Let's do a little bit more, but I think I might bring it back just a touch because I don't want it. That's the hardest part now, is getting this, get these bad boys lined up there. You don't like it? No fence? Alright, hold on. Let's do this. Let's get it so it looks halfway decent to where it should, instead of being separated all out. Oops, easy enough to get rid of. Where are we? Walls. The only thing the reason I'm hesitant to do it is because everybody's done it. It's kind of old hat, you know? That's the only reason why I'm not sure. But, like I said, let's just keep going for now. Let's see what happened. Oh, that's the downside. Then the other problem is you got to start lowering the height and everything else to get this. Is that an easy chore? Easy task here. Let's see. Well, way off. Lower the land back here a little bit more. Yes, no. Yeah. Prefer a giant brick wall 10 feet high. I was going to go with that. So let's see. Something like this. Let's see how that looks. I was thinking this hole needs something sexy behind it, you know? That's just my first thought was, how sweet does that look right there? Oh yes, baby. Love it. I was thinking maybe Maybe even like right there. That might even be better. No way to miss the hole. No, I don't know. Could do a low. Hold on. We did something different. Went with a low brick. But the only problem is you're not going to see it. Nah, I don't know. You wouldn't see it only on the approach. Nah. Nah. Let's just round this off here. And, oh, I didn't want to hit that. Doesn't have to be a. Doesn't have to be big. Doesn't have to be a big fence. It could just be a little bit. Maybe one more piece. Maybe one more piece here. Let's get this. We'll lower this down. Get out there. Caught the tree. Get out. There. How's that? That's not bad. We're going to run with it. Undulating mounds backing green are sexy than anything, in my opinion. Yeah. I like the mounds back there, too. This is a little different, just because we're going to have a big drop-off back there. Alright, now the question is, how do we run our cart path? Definitely makes it a lot more challenging. Alright, let's, first of all, we gotta see, where is our, save. Save often. Assuming you make sure you've done everything you want. Alright, so here's our boundaries right here. What do we got? We've got a par 5, a par 3, 2 par 4s. We just got to figure out, before we do the cart path, we want to figure out, can we build out this way still? Probably not. Well, unless, well, I don't want to make too many holes going the same way either, though, but I'd say unless we built in here and went down this way. Let's look at that. Could put a... That's the only thing. How do you get a cart path in here? It'd have to come out way wide. Because you can't, you're not getting a cart path in between this stuff. Well, that may force us to go, force me to go this way. Just out of curiosity. And we've only got 386. Where do we want to go with this? Let's look at the overall piece of land here. Now that we're coming this way, I mean, I'm thinking, what do we want to do here? I don't think well, could build out this way for 5. Could come here for 5. 6 could be all the way out into there. 7. Alright, we just gotta be sure of what we're gonna do here and how we're gonna get our layout. Let's see. Let's play with distance markers. Alright, so we could put 9 into here somewhere. 1 is a par 5. Do we make 9 a par 5? Back end it, or do we make 9 a par 4? Let's think what we got here. Let's see, what's this? Well, that would have to come out. Alright, could do that. Could make that could be 5. Kind of look and see what we've got for holes laying out. Kind of 1 and 2 kind of follow the same. 3, you got 4 and 5 would be good because that would be complete opposite direction of the other holes. So I do like that. Trying to keep it obviously in here. Keep the front 9 in this section, and then the back 9 can. Got a lot of space back here for the back 9 to circle around. We could come out this way with the back 9. Alright, so if we do 5, could be a par 4. We could make 6 a par 5 if we want. Let's kind of look around the land. I like to just fit things in the way I see them into the land here. Could run that ridge there for what's that? What's this roughly? Do that. Oops. I don't know. If we put it up here, 370. That's 530 yards. It's straight as an arrow, so it would be longer if we came across this ridge. Okay. We could do that for 9. Need 9. Maybe make 9 a long par 4 for like 465. But I can move it so I can make the green up in here a little bit. And that tee box, that would bring the tee box maybe down in here, and then we could run it right here. We'll flatten this out more. I could run right along that ridge line. Okay. So there's 9. So we got 4, 5, and 9. So we need 6, 7, and 8. So 9's a par 4. Maybe if we did 6 as a par 5, that's going to run along there. Let's find something in the lay of the land here. Oh, okay, okay. Alright. What about running 6 right here? You could come down and in and kind of snake around like that. So let's check out this. If we put green here, let's work some numbers here. And then what would this be? Let's see, what do we got here? What if we did that? 130. That's 160, so that's 290. That's almost 300, and then another 160. 460. It's kind of short. A little too short for a par 5, but so we bring what did I say? 460. That would be 520. If we made a tee box right there. Obviously we raise that up. Okay, let's do this. To get a little better visual, we will clear out some trees. Let's clear out some trees on the line that we're going to take here. I don't want to clear those trees out though, actually. Let's see that. Let's take a look. Me likey. What do you think? What do you think of that? Obviously this tee box will raise up, so you might be up in here. We could lower this. I could cut this section down. Alright, let's do it. Let's get a better visual of what this is gonna look like. So let's do that. Take that down. Take that down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. That could be really nice. That is it right there. Alright, so there's number 6. That is the par 5, 6th. Gonna play sort of a little double dog leg. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, so that's gonna be 6. So we got 4. We got 4 there, 5 here. This is going to be 6. So we need 2 more holes to get to there. So 6 is a par 5. We need a par 3 and a par 4. We need a par 3 and a par 4. So if we're done here, my initial thought was just to continue right here. Oh yeah. See it. I see it. Do you see it? Boom. Yeah, baby. Look at that. That's why I do it this way. I mean, that's just the land right there just telling me, just laying it out for itself. I'm just finding the little spots. So there you go, there's 6, and that's 7 right there. That's going to be a big downhill. I mean, I could lower this hill down in here, so it's not a severe elevation, but that's it right there. I got the green Envision right there, out into the water like that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Basically autogen. Well, the property is autogen. Indeed. That is for sure. You can't make, I'm sorry, but you just can't make it to look as natural as this type of stuff. Well, I couldn't. Not saying you can't. I can't. There's no way I could come up and sculpt all of this out and make it look the way it does. Even this could work. That could be kind of cool, having a big, it'll be like a big hill with the green just sitting right down in there. It might not even need a bunker, although maybe you could kind of put one in back here. Oh yeah. Oh yes, sir. Do I actually have? Oh. Those rocks turned way up. Get those off there. I don't want the rocks all up there. For crazy, we could do a retaining wall. That would be crazy, though. I don't know how to do that. Alright, so there's 5. We got 6. Now 7. Now 8. And thinking 8 just heading right towards 9. I mean, it's a video game. You're not actually driving and walking to those spots, so it doesn't have to be, but just for curiosity's sake. what would the distance be? So say tee box could be up in here. Yeah, look at that. There you go. Boom, front 9 planned. We'll work the land. We'll work the fields and get it set up. Let's do the same. Just for curiosity's sake to see. Keep it visual, so I like to look at this as well and see. Okay, so that's not bad, but this, let me bring that all down a little bit. Let's do that. I'm gonna take this hill down. Take that hill down, take this hill down. Actually not that much. That could work out nice. Play it back up onto the hill, then 9 could be up here. Let's get rid of our trees. Where our 9th hole will be. I don't want to take out those trees. I do like them there on the edge. It's good. Alright, so if I go there, yeah, could have 9 kind of come out this way, and then we'll flatten it all. We'll flatten this so we've got this ridge line will be flattened. Like so. There you go. How far? Curiosity, let's see. Alright, there you go. So your tee shot is going to be about there somewhere. Not sure about that hill. We might have to smooth this hills down a little bit. I don't want to see when I got to lay the hole down and see what happens. Somewhere out in here, because you don't want to into the wind. Also, you can only hit it down to the bottom of the hill, and then you'd be like, "What the heck?" Might have to come down a little bit, but that's shaping up there. Should try one hole from completely flat. I have done a few holes that way. Actually, the course I'm working on now on my Xbox is my home course. I flattened everything. I took it all the way down so I could put water and everything in. So that one is actually most of the land was flat, and I'm just kind of racing as I go along. So we'll see how that works out. But this is good. I like this. So we've got par 4, par 5, par 3, and then back-to-back par 4s to finish the front 9. And like I said, there's the corner of the map is here, so we've got a lot of room to work with in here for the back 9. So we got plenty of space. Alright, so back to what I was saying before is, where do you go with your cart path. Now that we know where our holes are going to be, I think we'll take the cart path and I can cut it through the woods. And I'm going to have to bring it up in here somewhere. Could go back behind, maybe swing it in here, a little turn, and then back. Alright, so let's see if we came in here. I'm not even sure if that's going to stay like that actually. It's alright. Let's see what it looks like after it's done. So really I can just pretty much run a straight line out there. And we'll come in here, cutting through the woods. All of that stuff can go. Come in there. And, oops. Turn it in here. Something like so. And we can always play with it as we move it along there. Probably need to flatten that out a little bit. Obviously get rid of some of this stuff. Well, actually I'll probably end up putting heavy rough. I'll probably run heavy rough through here so that'll actually clear out all that stuff, but get rid of some of the stuff right along the path. Obviously all of this right on the path we don't want. And actually a little trick, you can actually hold down. You can hold down the A button when you want to get rid of like all this stuff. You don't have to click, 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 click. You could just hold down the A and it works just kind of like painting a surface. You can actually just go all around it and it'll all disappear. Alright, so we got a basic setup. I'll have to go back. I'll just go back through and try and smooth out as best I can. Should also try designing a whole taste style with the red brushes. I gotta watch and see how he does that. I have no clue how he does all that stuff. I'll have to watch his videos. But all right, guys. Well, I think that's gonna do it. Yep. So we did a hole, built out a hole, and I got the rest of the front nine basically laid out. So we're in good shape. I have to clear out the trees through there. Go through and take a look. Get one last look here and see. Let's get rid of this stuff here. I don't want to make this too wide because you don't want to get rid of all of your trees. But I want to keep an area. So sometimes you never know, like you might like those trees could work perfectly right there, so let's leave those. Come in here. You gotta decide which way do we want the fairway. Obviously this all needs to be sculpted, flattened out, but I don't want to take too many trees out, so I'm gonna leave it just because the hole might not be perfectly straight. I might make it down and then got to figure out where we want to go. Obviously, this needs to be this needs to flatten out. Just make sure when you're doing this, you want to make sure your brushes are not catching anything else, because you think you're only doing something. Next thing you know, you've destroyed your entire green in a different spot because you didn't realize the brush was reaching over that far. So this needs to. Obviously need to flatten out this as well. So I kind of look over here, just make sure you can see from above. I'm not even really close to it. that would be a nightmare to change it and not realize. So let's do that. We got something going. Could even I don't know. I don't know if we want to make I could make a cliff of some sort, bring the water farther in. Yeah, I'll figure that out. But we'll make some decisions in here as to how far, because I got to see how far it is off the tee. Can maybe work these trees into the design to make you play around, like who knows, maybe clear out a few more of these trees and then have the fairway come out this way and then come back in over. I don't know. But alright, so that's going to do it for now. I will be back on Wednesday. I don't know if you guys noticed, I posted a thread in there about par 3s. One, just to keep kind of a list if anybody's looking for a par 3, a par 3 course to play. Maybe if they're doing a search in the forums, they'll find it. But the other thing, I'm going to start up a little thing called a quest for the next hole-in-one, and I'm going to play those par 3 courses and see if I can make a hole-in-one. Obviously, best to play par 3s so we can all get generated, but maybe I'll play like 36 holes at a time. So, I mean, most of them are probably 9-hole courses, so I'll do like 4 9-hole courses. But if someone has an 18, it might be 2 9s and an 18, something like that. Working on trying to get something, maybe to spice it up a little bit. Maybe you could have a giveaway when I hit that, if and when that hole-in-one comes. Maybe even give away to, well, the one giveaway I really want to do is for sure is who's ever in the chat. If you're watching when it happens, well, then you're going to go into a raffle. So I'm going to I'll try and do those at a specific time, maybe a little bit later, so I can get the East Coast guys in and some of the West Coast and the UK guys can all kind of fit in there. We'll have to find the perfect time, but that would be probably somewhere in that 6 to 7 range p.m. Eastern time. So to be a little bit later in UK, but it's tough to be able to try and get as many people as possible. But maybe even a prize for those people who are watching, and maybe a prize for someone whose ever course it happens on. Maybe just randomize all the courses up, and so you never know what the order is going to be, and play through them. So I don't know. That would be something I'd like to do. I don't know. It's not up to me though. I don't put the prizes together, so I'm trying to see if I can get something. So we'll see. We'll see. But that was the goal, or the idea behind collecting all those par 3s. So if you've got a par 3 course, make sure you get on that list. Post it up in that thread, and I'll add it to the list. And then at some point I'll go through and just kind of randomize the order that I'll play them in. And that's a new series I want to try and start up, the quest for the next hole-in-one. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for today. Thanks for tuning in as always. If you haven't hit the follow button, please do so. That would be awesome. Really appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And don't forget, post some comments. I try and answer the comments that get posted. So if you have any questions, or even just a comment on some of the stuff I was working on, that's always cool to see some of the comments in there. I try, like I said, I try and get to and try and respond. Alright guys, we will see you on Wednesday. See ya!